80 now caught up with CBEC chief Vanaja Sarna, who remains hopeful of better GST compliance going forward. Let's listen in.
You heard the finance secretary telling you about the likely deficit and shortfall that we will have because of the 11 and 12-month issue. But as you know and as you can see, the tax base has increased hugely from when we started the GST. We've added about 40 lakh SSEs. So I definitely see it as being more buoyant. If you even look at the revenue that has happened in the last few months. The initial months were of course quite good, and then there was a dip. But if you look at the revenue for the month of December, it is about 88,000 crores plus. So we moved away from the 80, 82, 83. I see this next month or two to be also equally buoyant, and as you know, e-way bills have been introduced now. So I think all these systems that will happen. We had talked about law on enforcement measures earlier. We would be taking more serious action now. All this together should definitely give us definitely a better revenue and a better base to start off for the next year. So definitely I see the revenue going up.
Ma'am, another event which sort of got overshadowed today by the union budget was the nationwide rollout of the e-way bill, which is quite a significant step as far as compliance is concerned. So ma'am, how hopeful are you? Because last time the FM said in his meeting that especially the composition scheme dealers were not filing returns commensurate to the number of filings that they had done. How hopeful are you of the e-way bills pushing up compliance as we go forward for the GST?
See, the very fact that we advanced the date from April to now showed significantly that we expect it to help us. And I think it's not just that you've introduced the e-way bill, but the fact that the e-way bill conceptually has been introduced becomes a deterrent. So there are a lot of people who would have been a little lax till now, have to get that much more, equipped to face the authorities, and that itself should be pushing forward. And the leakages that have been happening, and we all know that it has been there because obviously for a short period there have been other issues we've been handling, so it's been a bit lax. But I think between enforcement measures, between audit that will start happening, proper verifications being done, and matching of invoices and the e-way bill, all this will produce a phenomenal result. So it's just a question of time now.
Ma'am, as far as fuel prices are concerned, the government did sort of cut the excise duty on unbranded petrol and diesel by 2 rupees. Help us understand that how will this impact the final consumer, because consumer is sort of having a hard time with oil prices.
Let me explain this to you. You see, earlier there was a road cess which was imposed, and that has been substituted, as you heard, by a road and infrastructure cess. Now, what has been done is that this has been made at 8 rupees per litre, whereas the previous amount was 6 rupees a litre. So all we've done is actually cut 2 rupees, which is not going to impact the final because it all gets balanced out in the amount. So there is no change as far as the consumer is concerned.
And ma'am, finally, before I let you go, a number of items such as mobile phones also seeing a increase in custom duty, push for Make in India?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, 80% is a push for Make in India. We went through a whole lot of items which we think are manufacturable in India, and I think if the government doesn't give the milieu and the environment to manufacture, it won't happen. So this is one of the areas that we decided we must take, and I'm seriously hoping, and you'll see the items that are there, from fruit juices to mobile phones and parts of mobile phones and a lot of parts of auto parts, small things, watches and clocks. Most of these are manufacturable in India. Some of the small items you'll see, like candles and kites, which are in fact micro enterprise which can produce it. So we've given something for all, for the MSMEs there is plenty, and I'm seriously hoping that some of the areas, especially fruit juices, kites and candles, is something that women can actually get into production. So I'm hoping it gives a fillip to women in the industry as well.